It's that moment again, the one you dream of every night. La seule chose qui te préoccupe, c'est la gloire. Le cheminement de la réussite, of pushing yourself further than ever before. But the true glory is in the shadows. Les sacrifices que tu fais, quand toutes les chances sont contre toi. When you can't push one more second, chase the glory. Visez haut.
U-Sports on CBC, presented by les championnats U-Sport à Radio-Canada. Une présentation du gouvernement du Canada, the Government of Canada. Nike, just do it. Faites-le. Fox 40, celebrating more than a decade of the Fox 40 U-Sports Coach of the Year program. Fier partenaire des prix de l'entraîneur de l'année U-Sport. Veriburn, medical supply partner of varsity athletics since 1979. Partenaire du sport universitaire depuis 1979. Barron, exclusive supplier of U-Sports Championship rings. Le fournisseur exclusif des bagues des championnats U-Sport. Et par McMaster, l'étoile montante du volleyball, le V200W, ballon officiel de U-Sport. And by McMaster, maker of volleyball's hottest star, the V200W, official volleyball of U-Sports.
Welcome inside the Burridge Gym for the second day of the Women's Volleyball U-Sports National Championships presented by McMaster on CBC. And it is the Consolation semifinal beginning with the St. Mary's Huskies and the Montreal Carabins. Matthew Davison alongside Teresa Skubik, and not the game that these two teams wanted to be playing in when they began their tournament. How, as an athlete, do you wake up and, get motivated and realize that this is still a really important moment on such a big stage?
Well, you couldn't have worded it better. It's obviously not the position that these athletes want to be in, but again, they are on arguably one of the biggest stages they'll ever be on as athletes. So you kind of wake up in the morning and you think, the tournament's not done yet. What else can I do with it? We didn't win yesterday, but how can we pull out a win today? There's not much on the line left. Obviously, there's not a medal, but there is those bragging rights, right? There is a potential win. So I think that's the way to stay motivated. Just look at the positive, and like the coach on Montreal said, you want to focus on one day at a time.
Marquise here, president of Canuck Stuff, and we've been standing behind our Overkill clothing and supporting athletes for over 30 years. And we're pumped to be part of this year's U-Sports National Championships.
Feel every hit, goal, and celebration as if you're standing right on the sideline, immersing you in the game like never before, bringing heart-pounding action directly to millions of fans. We deliver unparalleled simplicity and tailor-made digital broadcasting solutions crafted to make you feel every moment in a way like never before. Our passionate team ensures your message reaches audiences reliably every time. Proudly Canadian, we bring a touch of innovation and our passion to the world stage. ISI Live, be there.
Hey U Sports fans, check out shop.usports.ca for this week's promotional item from the Nike Team Collection. Visitez le shop.usport.ca pour en profiter de la promotion de la semaine de la collection Nike Team.
Mark Hees here, president of Canuck Stuff, and this is a short video. Overkill Short. Get yours today at overkill.com.
We're back in Hamilton for the Consolation Semifinal. First up, St. Mary's taking on Montreal. Matthew Davison alongside Teresa Skubik. Starting lineups introduced for this one, and for St. Mary's, still a lot to play for. They want to finish higher than 6th, is what they finished back in 2012, and a win today and then a win in that 5th place game tomorrow, and you do just that. You make some more history for your school. What did you notice specifically in their matchup yesterday against UBC that they can, or against Manitoba rather, that they can do better today?
I think it's just minimizing those errors, right? So we were kind of talking before the game, and when we were looking at the stats from yesterday afternoon's game, obviously there were 2 players, Olivia Bell and Miaknovic, with 11 kills and 13 kills, which is super impressive. But then when you look at the errors, there were 23 attacking errors on St. Mary's side, which is pretty much a set in itself. So going down 2-0 like they did, you almost have to think, if they had minimized those attacking errors, would the outcome of the game been the same?
And they're led by Darren Russell, who's in his 13th season, a 2-time AUS champ. AUS Coach of the Year back in 2011, 2012, and 2022. And then on the other side, in his 34th year in the first chair for the Montreal Carabin, Olivier Trudel, who joined all the way back in 2003, and his mantra is living in the moment. And I'm sure he's got his group on the same page, task ahead of them, a chance to win against one of the top teams in the country, right?
Absolutely, and we talked about them having that veteran team, so although they're not up for that medal contention, this could be the last dance for a lot of the girls, which it is. How can we make the most of our national experience? Let's win a game, and let's see what tomorrow kind of has in store for them. So I think on both ends, as much as this isn't the outcome that they wanted, it is going to be a big game for them, maybe for their egos, maybe to move forward in what they've once placed in nationals, or just one last way to end their season.
And if you are looking for the French stream for this match, we want to remind you that there is a great stream available with an exceptional broadcaster, Francis Meilleux, on the Radio-Canada Sport on TO.TV. I always butcher this,
Pretty
and
impressive.
Teresa always looks at me in disgust. So I'll just say it in English, TOU.TV, if you're looking for the stream en français.
I didn't hate it. I love that you're taking the chance with the French. It's good.
That's what it's all about, taking chances, and we're just about set for the first ball to fly here. Not the semifinal these two teams wanted to be playing in, but still, as we mentioned, an opportunity for a win on the national stage. And we're underway for day number 2 of the U Sports Volleyball Championships, brought to you by Mikasa. And the Huskies will open things up with that opening kill.
Now, we talked about minimizing those attacking errors on the St. Mary's side, but also on the Montreal side, we did see over 20 attacking errors yesterday too, so I do think this is going to be a game of just cleaning up. How can we be more consistent? How can we score and take those risks, but also not put ourselves in a position where we're not setting ourselves up for success?
Really good serve there for the Carabin. Miliacea Djordjevic. He's top 5 nationally in service aces per set. And back-to-back for Djordjevic.
And with that serve right there, libero Hoskins on the St. Mary's side, you could see she got a little handcuffed. It was, do I use my hands? Do I try to pass it? And she couldn't decide if it was in, out, and that's a great serve.
That point finished off for the second time tonight. Megan Broom out of Hubley, Nova Scotia, the right side in her senior season. One of the 3 seniors starting lineup. Olivia Cocan in the setter, and Olivia Bell in her 5th season. As we go back and forth here, Montreal.
And Montreal is really relying on that tip to pot right now. We saw Broom get burnt twice there now, and I wonder how many more times Montreal is going to do that until, you know, St. Mary's does start to stay honest and stay in their home defense position.
So Cannon going back to the middle there.
And St. Mary's does it right back. Nothing like a little crafty tip.
Amelia Makanovic, 13 kills yesterday. That led St. Mary's. Olivia Bell misfiring there. Olivia Bell, 11 kills yesterday, and maybe not the best night with the errors, but both sides, I think, you know, that's something that you can look toward, is just a lot of an area for improvement. And, you know, maybe you can look at yesterday, yeah, we didn't have our best, but this game, so many things we can learn from and do so much better. Specifically for St. Mary's, how do they kind of get their hitting percentage a little higher today?
You know, you can say like minimize the errors, but I love that St. Mary's was still taking those risks, still swinging hard, and it's great to see, but let's dig into our tool belt. And we talked about the tool belt a bit yesterday. So as much as every player, when you get that delicious looking set that you just want to absolutely hammer, what are other ways that I can score? How can I be more creative? So is it an off-speed shot? Do I tip? Do I roll? What are things that I can do to guarantee maybe I will get a point because I see there's no defender there, but I'm still attacking. I'm still being creative. I'm still on the offense. So it's just finding that balance, right? Obviously, you want your power, but what are ways that I can score when I need to?
The third service ace of this first set. St. Mary's, when they struggle, it sometimes comes down to that passing game and just, you know, getting that first ball in play. And for St. Mary's, how do you kind of combat that and not let, you know, the moment kind of let your confidence waver?
Well, you know, it's all about that goldfish mentality, and I feel like you hear about it a lot. So it's that short-term memory. You reflect on the point, you think about it, give yourself 3 seconds, and then you wipe it off, and you're done, and you're on to the next. And it's just you're looking for that next redemption. So I'm not going to completely forget about that point, but what are ways that I can make it better, and I'm not going to dwell on it.
Olivia Bell goes off hands that time. Bell and Cocannon have found such a good connection this season, and it's been a lot of fun to watch. Glad 2 AUS teams have gotten their chance to show what they're all about.
You know,
St. Mary's.
Sorry, on the Montreal side, you're seeing them pick on that pot a lot. And we talked about when will St. Mary's kind of figure that out, but you're seeing the setter almost take advantage of that now. So yesterday we talked about those killing errors, but it seems like Montreal kind of woke up and thought, okay, like what can I do a bit differently? And I am really liking that Montreal is being a bit more creative on their offense.
Olivia Bell on the pass. And there's Mikanovic. A big blast coming there from Florence Cloutier, who didn't have her best day yesterday. Went up against that great Alberta block
Yeah, and
but
if you
Montreal is having a good start here.
Yeah, of course. And if you take a look, we just saw the replay on that swing. They're being crafty. They're being creative. They saw that block, and we saw Montreal really struggle with Alberta's block yesterday, right? And we talk about getting that great set, and you want to go and you want to hammer it, but Montreal today is being more creative. We're seeing them wipe the block, and it's almost unfortunate. I wish we'd seen a bit more of that yesterday, because I do think we would have had a bit more of a game against Alberta if that's the Montreal that we had seen. But interesting to already see a timeout, obviously 4 points down. You have to wonder what the conversation is right now.
Darren Russell, as mentioned, in his 13th season. Last time St. Mary's was in this tournament, 2012, where they were the AUS champs. They finished in 6th place, and hoping to improve on that today. Brittany McGlashan and Chloe Galarno-Haley, who had 4 aces in that quarterfinal match against Alberta, will look to add to Montreal's total of service aces in this first set. And instead, it's an error. So taking the good with the bad here with the serves on Montreal's side of things is Madison Hand will drop back this time to serve for the Huskies. Attack run through the middle. And now that one's tipped over by Broom. Great dig there by the Huskies. Rally developing here, and an attack from the back. Finished off by Galarno-Haley.
And I think that might have been the longest rally that we've seen so far in this game, but that swing, I mean, she knew that she was in a one-on-one situation and just decided to wail on it, and it worked for her. I mean, she had a middle in 5, totally took advantage of it.
Oh, great job between those two. Setter adjusting and firing it home. We'll take another look at it on the replay here.
And that's exactly what you need from St. Mary's. You know what? We just lost a point. Quick recovery. How can we bounce back? Let's get them back with a swing right away.
Taylor Lougheed, sophomore setter. St. Mary's, 2 great setters on their roster. Olivia Kokanen in her senior season, and Taylor Lougheed as well. Lougheed also coming up with 5 blocks yesterday in that quarterfinal match. 11-9 here in this first set. Megan Broom. And that was a good swing and a good start to this match for Milia Che-Georgievic out of Montreal. Great block there from Lougheed, and she'll celebrate that point.
Well, you know, on the point prior, you saw Lougheed not go up and help with that middle block. And, you know, sometimes on the right side or as a setter, it's kind of like decide, am I there, will I be effective, or will they just use me, right? So she decided not to go up on that last point, but, you know, with that one, she was like, this one's mine, and that was a great block, very intimidating.
Deep serve from Mikonovic. An attack from the back, Galarno-Haley. And now in the middle, it's Piatakova. And Montreal, once again, letting that one to go, and they extend their lead to 13-10 here. Olympe Desmet. Another good serve for Montreal. And St. Mary's will end up with the point there, the double hit.
Well, you know, we were actually talking about this a couple days ago, how the NCAA decided to change that double rule. And you have to wonder if it's going to end up coming over here and changing the rules here. And if that is a good rule to have, I mean, sure, rallies will be longer and stuff, but setters master their craft, and there's nothing nothing better to brag about than having nice hands. So you have to wonder how much that'll affect the game and kind of change the setter's game.
How tough must that transition be? Like you going from not having that rule and to where it's a completely different mindset here for setters now.
Oh, of course, and it must be disheartening for the setters that have mastered that craft of just having that beautiful butter set. But it does make it a bit easier for setters now developing and realizing that that's not something that they really do have to focus on as much.
A great swing there from Olivia Bell. And we are tied at 13 here, as Montreal couldn't keep that one up despite the great effort from Naomi Babi. Elena Pietekova out of Minsk, Belarus. 2 Belarusian athletes on this St. Mary's Huskies team. Oh, look at that. From Chloe Galarno-Haley, third-year law student out of Ottawa.
And Galarno-Haley totally caught St. Mary's being honest. So they saw their setter creeping in on the block, creeping in, had a little inch of line and decided to just totally take advantage of it.
Readjusting in the air there. Good swing there. And a couple of big swings from Megan Broom wins that point for St. Mary's. That one right into that block. A good one from Han. That one, violation there, and point for SMU. St. Mary's with a 2-point advantage now. Overpass there, and Montreal is able to adjust, and it's fired home by Myriam Kayser-Turnier. Kayser-Turnier was second on the team yesterday with 6 kills, also had 2 blocks. One of the highest hitting percentage in the regular season, .362, third nationally. Out of Gatineau, Quebec, and from the back, Makonovich into the net. Sarah McGlashan, the setter, serving here for the Carabin. Makonovich set up a great diving dig there, made from Hoskins, and the misfire will end up with the Carabin.
Now, we talked about minimizing those errors, and there's 3 in a row now. So what are ways that you can fine-tune that, right? And you did see that the left side tried to take a bit of speed off, but let's just keep the rally going. Let me just get it in and let me kind of try to make Montreal make the mistake. And that kind of has to be a bit more of the mindset. But obviously Bell just responds, no problem. Give me the ball, I'll put it away.
AUS most valuable player, U Sports first teamer, that's what she can do. Good serve from Bell. Overpass leads to a net touch there, and 18-17, a tight first set. Talked about Bell yesterday. He was a competitor at heart, she says, but really her ultimate goal is to grow the game. Came from a small town that didn't have a ton of volleyball teams, had to travel to play the sport. And growing the game, inspiring others, really important to her. And I think what this entire tournament is doing is exactly that. We saw great crowds yesterday, and viewership continues to rise, and women's sports and women's volleyball certainly on the rise as well.
Of course, and those are the storylines you love to hear, right? There is nothing more exciting than being in a gym and just hearing the crowd roar, especially for women's sport. And think about how far it's come. It's just amazing. And this weekend, I mean, it's the second day, but it's been so exciting.
That ball just finding the open spot there, and Chloe Galarno-Haley continues her strong start to this match. Charlotte Bilodeau at the Bois de Boulogne College in Montreal, Quebec. Set up Broom. She picks her spot.
And Broom totally got over the block that time. So on Montreal's end, Broom has a bit of hang time. I mean, look at her right here. Montreal, their pin blocker needs to be more disciplined. She needs to get out to the pin a little bit more, and then she needs to just wait a second and then jump. Time her block a little bit more, because Broom's timing and her hang time is so impressive that the blocker needs to be timing it so that they're meeting at the same time.
Another error on that float serve, finds the net. 20 all here in the first. In the Consolation semifinal, Montreal and St. Mary's. Floated over by Bell. Free ball for the Carabins. And they take advantage. Olympe Desmet.
Yeah, Desmet was the player of the game yesterday, and her power, I mean, she was heating up, and we had said it looks a little intimidating being on the receiving end of that, but yeah, it was just her consistency, her accuracy. She's just an all-around great player.
She's a two-time RSEQ All-Star, was a U Sports first teamer this season, and as we take a look inside this huddle for St. Mary's, Darren Russell motivating his group. What kind of messages is he sharing right now?
You guys are right there, right? That's it. And it's just, let's put a cap on it and let's finish it off. Let's be the team that gets 25 first, and let's worry about the next set when we get there. This game has been so back and forth, and we talked about that before the game. What do we expect? What do we think is going to happen? And I think we both said it's going to be very back and forth, you know? And that's what we're seeing right now. So we are going to start to see one team start to pull away a little bit, at least I hope, and I'm sure that's the conversation that St. Mary's is having. Let's be the team to pull away. Let's be the team to take the first set.
Montreal 4 points away from taking this first set over the St. Mary's Huskies. Montreal coming in as the 5 seed. St. Mary's the 8. Mikanovic misfiring that time. Bell, the set. Firing was Broom. And a chance for Montreal. Great block for St. Mary's. Long rally here. An attack from the middle. A great block from the Carabins. Mikanovic finishes it off.
A great attack, and honestly great work in the front of the net for both teams. I mean, the blocking, and I love that both teams are trying to be the last team to push. So on that party ball on the left side there, it was you push first, and then I'll be the one that gives my power at the end, so I get the ball over. And it's great, like this battle, this compete.
And for Mikanovic there, after a big kill, service ace, or service error, I should say, and she's an athlete who is really good at resetting her focus, and we'll see how she does so as her friend from Belarus, Elena Pietikova, gets that point to go, and we go back and forth, 22 all here in the first. Pietikova described this team like a family, a tight-knit group. And certainly they want to get a win together here on the biggest stage. An attack from the back comes from Mikanovic. And a big blast trying to go inside out, Galarno-Haley. But it's out of bounds. And SMU, out of that timeout, are 2 points away from taking this first set. So a good response from Darren Russell's group.
Exactly, and sometimes it's all it takes, right? Calling the timeout at the right time. Let's slow it down. Let's try to ice the server. Let's change things up a little bit, right? And you see athletes sometimes on the court, if things aren't going their way, maybe they'll pretend to tie their shoelace, or, oh, there's a little bit of sweat on the floor. What are ways that I can kind of slow it down and we can take control on our side? And you're seeing St. Mary's do a really good job at that right now. And Montreal is keeping in it. They're battling, but you have to wonder whose game they're playing right now, and it does seem a little like it's St. Mary's game.
And how tough is that? Just not trying to, or how tough is it not to change your game in a big moment? You know, trying to adjust to, of course you want to adjust to what you're seeing out there, but at the end of the day, you got to do what got you here.
Exactly, and being in positions like this where obviously there's not a medal on the line, but you still want that win. You still want to say we won a game in nationals, and that's exciting. So you just need to trust that your game plan got you here, so let's stick to it. Let's not do what the other team wants us to do. Let's compete with the other team.
Olympe Desmet.
A great back row attack.
Starting to heat up. After a bit of a slow start in those RSEQ playoffs, she was pivotal in their win against Sherbrooke, as Montreal captured their 15th provincial title, first since 2020, and earning their spot here. 23 all here in the first. Bell, poor pass, and Hoskins was able to adjust. Off the block. Joust at net, great diving play from Makanovich, but St. Mary's can't recover. Great point from Montreal.
And you know, see right there, that little collision. And that comes down a little bit to lack of communication, right? So who gets the second ball if that happens? As much as you see a party ball in the middle, it's like, I want to hammer it, I want to put it away. Trust that your setter's going to get it, unless your setter's saying, help, 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 do something, right? So there's always that bit of confusion between middles and setters, but middles need to just sometimes do a better job of just, I trust my setter, let them take it unless they're calling for help.
St. Mary's fight off one set point. That deep float serve that drops out. And Desmet, or Keisha Trinier, with a big blast. She goes cross court, and Montreal has their set point.
Yeah, I mean, even her approach, everything was showing that she was going cross, and all around it was just a great swing.
Bell the pass. She'll get set up here. Oh, wow! That was cool from Olivia Bell.
Talk about angle work. She must have a protractor in her pocket or something. That was a great fix on a set that was super pushed out for right-handed right side.
The way she hit it, just like
little
perfect.
Cuddy.
25-25 here in the first. 2 set points fought off by St. Mary's. And they'll have to fight off, or St. Mary's will get a set point of their own here, an opportunity, and a timeout will be called by Olivier Trudel.
And you know, those are the points where obviously Desmet is their hot player. You know, she's proven it. But in that situation with a game this close, do you want to go for that back row set, or should we just go with setting a left side, setting a right side, setting a middle, getting it over the net? You know, because sometimes, as much as you do love running that pipe ball, they can be a little more inconsistent, right? So we're going to take a look at it again, and as much as you do want to run the pipe, especially if you are running that bump set, sometimes it doesn't work. You could see her approach too. It was a little out of system for her as well. She kind of ran it like a step. So in those situations, you are bump setting. Sometimes you do just want to get it out to your left side and trust that they're going to put it away, opposed to trying to run a pipe.
SMU with their first set point here. Montreal, the ones with the timeout, but they're the first ones ready to go on the court here is Jan Russell. Closes this huddle, and we'll have a chance to strike first in this first Consolation semifinal, and it's Olivia Bell dropping back to serve. She had 2 aces in that quarterfinal matchup against Manitoba yesterday. What does she have for us here? Montreal down a set point. And SMU will take the opening set, 27-25. They lead 1-0 in this first Consolation semifinal.
I mean, definitely a little close for comfort, but there is no better way to end a set with a big block like that. You got to love that Montreal put in that effort. They were still swinging, but St. Mary's was just all over them.
You're watching live coverage of the 2024 U Sports Women's Volleyball Championships presented by McMaster on CBC Sports.
Parce que le sport, c'est bien plus que des résultats.
C'est aussi des analyses et des dossiers qui nous plongent au cœur d'un univers complexe et en mutation.
C'est vraiment incroyable.
Suivez les actualités sportives sur radiocanada.ca et sur l'appli Info.
Marquise here, president of Canuck Stuff, and we've been standing behind our Overkill clothing and supporting athletes for over 30 years. We're pumped to be part of this year's U Sports National Championships.
Parce que le sport, ça se regarde en direct. Soyez au cœur de l'action avec les web diffusions en direct d'événements sportifs.
Immense. J'ai des frissons.
All right, welcome back to Burridge Gymnasium. I just had the opportunity to talk to Darren Russell, the coach of SMU. They will take the first set, and we've already talked a little bit about it, but this whole concept of building a family and really a supportive environment where each of their teammates feel like siblings. And Darren was funny, he mentioned that they've already gone out for pizza as a team 3 times to the same location since Tuesday. And it's gotten to the point where the owners actually know them and have welcomed them back every single time. And he said it's moments like those and opportunities to bond off the court that let them be successful on the court. And I think we've seen that pay off thus far. Guys?
Well, thank you so much, Mackenzie. That was great. And I got to get the name of that pizza place later on. Hamilton, underrated food city. Every single meal I've eaten this weekend has been great.
Yeah, chef's kiss. Mwah.
Including the sandwiches in the media room. But going back to Mackenzie's point about, this feeling like a family, and that's really what stood out to, Amelia Mikonovic and Elena Pietekova. Just kind of the shift from, where they were playing overseas here to Canada, and what really stood out about U Sports and about the kind of culture that Darren Russell is trying to set with his program is that, yeah, you're here to play volleyball and you're here to compete, but you're U Sport athletes. You got to have that work-life balance, and it's so important to have good relationships with your teammates.
Of course, and it's nice to see, or it's nice to hear them talk about it and then how it translates over to the court. You can really see that they trust each other and they're looking out for each other with the way they cover when they're swinging.
Well, they'll take that first set. Great diving play. Olivia Bell keeping that one alive for SMU. And an attacking error will give the St. Mary's Huskies a point here. Pass in hand out of Cockrell Mills, Nova Scotia. Levels the game at 1 with the error there. Much better start for both these teams in this Consolation semifinal, including at the service spot, as it's an ace here for the Carabin and Kaiser Tournier.
And those are the serves. She is picking on their seam, and it's the ball where is it in, is it out? And obviously it's still early in this second set, but those are the ones you got to go for. If you don't know, if there's a question mark, just go for it. You got to trust that your bench is going to tell you if the ball's out, and if you don't hear them saying anything, just go for it.
Kaiser Tournier with 2 service aces in that opening set. As we take a look at Elena Pietekova notching her 5th kill of this Consolation semifinal. Oh, great diving play there made by the Carabin McGlashan, the setter. Now she'll bump set the back row. Galarno Haley on that attack, and the Huskies were able to recover. And An error there will give the Huskies the point. And we're getting word Cowabunga's Pizza is the destination that the SMU Huskies are frequenting on their trip to Hamilton, and a great serve. It's certainly paying off for Megan Broom and company. We'll have to try that out afterwards.
Yeah, if we want to play like this, I think we're going to have to.
Cowabunga's Pizza, gotta love it. (4-2) here in this first set, as the Carabins will pick up a point there on that attacking error. And another good serve for the Carabins.
And, you know, with that serve there, you saw Bell. I said handcuffed, but it's when they put their hands together too soon. So watch right here. Hands already together as the ball crosses the net, and she can't make an overhand pass, which would probably have been the better option in that situation.
Set her dump there. Read well by the Carabins. Cloutier tips that one over. An attack from the back. Cloutier, a good dig. Neutralizing that attack from Broom, and how about that? The Carabins take the lead here, 5-4, with another big play from Olympe Desmet. The attacking numbers just so much better for the Carabins in this one. They were 124 in that matchup against Alberta in the first set, 313. Bell, a great pass. And a tip over that block for Makanovic. Battle for it, Makanovic got there! And Pietkova sent it back over. Oh, and another great play from Makanovic. St. Mary's refusing to die here on this point. Longest rally of the match. Pietkova! What a point for St. Mary's and Amelia Makanovic.
Talk about that defense. I love that Pietkova did that little chicken wing in the middle. I don't know if you saw it, but couldn't get a hand on it. Let me just throw an elbow on it.
Amelia Makanovic, 13 kills in the quarterfinals. 5 apiece here. Back set. Misfire from Megan Broom. Good serve from Olympe Desmet. They will set up Olivia Bell this time. An attack from Djordjevic. Bell again off that block and drops in for St. Mary's. Kill number 5 for Olivia Bell. Bell with 4 kills, just 1 error on 6 attacks in that first set. 344 hitting percentage for St. Mary's. 14 kills, just 3 errors on 32 attacks. As Djordjevic goes off that block. The Carabins take a 7-6 lead. Trying to level the score here after SMU took the opening set. And just pushed over by Makanovic. Morgan Hoskins with a great dig there. And Olivia Bell finishes off the point.
A great swing from Bell, and that's where you want to be going, really picking on those deep corners. Look, she reaches high, finishes her swing, and just hits that deep corner. It's like textbook volleyball. We talked about chef's kiss. That's chef's kiss.
Bell having a really good match today. Calls this moment, this whole tournament, you know, pressure-filled, but goes back to the old Billie Jean King quote, pressure is a privilege, and I think that's a great mantra to approach this entire tournament with.
Yeah, for sure. But I love that even with how close the game is, these girls do not look like they are under pressure. Like, they look so cool, calm, and collected.
And a great job there, Mariam Kaiser-Junier, with their 8-point tonight for Montreal. Good set for Bell. She makes no mistake, going for hands.
Bell definitely is the hot hand right now on St. Mary's, and she's finding great ways to score. We saw her nice high, deep swing, and just on that one over there, let me just get it through the block.
Bell, Desmet with the pass. Hoskins gets it back for the attack in the front. And a block was there, but goes out of bounds.
Yeah, it was a great set. And look at that. She is doing a great job at blowing up that block. And it doesn't look like she's moving her arm much different, right? And I think that's what's confusing the blockers. But all they need to do is just turn their shoulders in a little bit and get that ball to bounce right back into the court.
McGlashan, the bump set, and a great swing from Olympe Desmet.
I mean, such an impressive set. Her back to the hitters, little over the shoulder, and a great way to finish for Desmet.
Some great setters that we've been privileged to have a chance to watch in this tournament. Some of the best in the country, and we go back and forth. Amelia Makanovic.
And those are the off-court shots you want to see. I mean, let's take a look at the replay. You've seen and they've proven that they're a big hitter, so let me mix in a roll shot, right? It keeps Montreal's defense honest, and it keeps them on their toes.
Madison Hand with her first point comes via a service ace here. St. Mary's take the 11-10 lead. And just tipping that one over. Good job by the Carabins.
And Montreal, we talked about this in the first set, but look at that. They have found so much success just picking on that pot a little bit. That one was a little more towards one, but that little tip right to the pot has been really working for Montreal today.
11-11. Oh, great diving play made there by McGlashan on that dig, and St. Mary's able to take advantage of the free ball. Megan Broom, second team All-Star this year. McGlashan will go back for Georgievic. Olivia Bell from the back. Olivia Bell getting it done in a multitude of different ways, the digs and the kills.
Lougheed is doing a great job right now at running her offense. She is mixing up shots, and she's setting who she needs to set and when she needs to set them.
Lougheed out of Calgary, Alberta. And McGlashan just have to send that one over.
Lougheed a little frustrated with herself, wanted to kind of push that one down, but couldn't get her hands on it.
What a dig from Hoskins. That one's tipped over. And another opportunity for the Carabins. Desmet dug out by Bell. And unable to finish off the point was Amelia Makanovic. What a great physical point here between these two teams. Florence Cloutier out of Montreal, Quebec. Attack in the middle. Pietkova goes off the hands. A chance for Montreal, who finds that hole. And they'll knot things up at 13.
And it is working for them, and we keep saying this. Like, you know, Hoskins has done a great job as libero for the two games that we've seen, but she needs to stay home, and she needs to stop backing up and expecting that hard-driven ball. You know, the key is to stay home until they make contact, and once they do, that's when you decide, do I back up, do I go forward?
That one right off the block. Good dig out there by McLaughlin. An attack from Makanovich from the back.
Great swing, and that one's firing up St. Mary's. I mean, a fabulous one-hand pass from Bell, and then look at that finish right in the seam.
Makanovich, deep float, McLaughlin will go over, and Desmet, they somehow get it back over. A great diving play by Lougheed, but Carabin.
Lougheed made one super impressive dig and then tried to go for the repeat. I mean, look at her right here. Great pickup, gets it over the net. Can't do it a second time, but great dig.
Some awesome stuff in this first semifinal, and Carabin doing everything to try and find that ball. SMU will take a 2-point lead here. And Allez les Bleus chant breaking out here at the Burridge Gym. Desmet. We'll have to just get this one back in play with Bell. Opportunity for the Carabin. A big swing there. Galarno Haley.
You know, a nice free ball. Great set and just a great way to finish it. And I love how she swings. You can see that she's really putting like all of her power into it.
Galarno Harvey standing 5'10", but makes up for it with great power. And so does Makanovich, who has had a real live arm tonight for St. Mary's as they take a 2-point lead once again in the second set.
Super fast responses from both teams. Like, it's been so back and forth because no team is ready to roll over yet. It's just been like hammer after hammer after hammer.
McLaughlin trying the dump, but right there was the middle block, Madison Hand. And the Carabin will take a timeout here. 18-15 first set. SMU in front. St. Mary's looking for a better finish than what they finished back in 2012, which was a 6th place finish. And they beat Dalhousie in the playoffs this season, which is not an easy task. Of course, Dalhousie made 10 straight trips to this tournament. Weird not seeing them here. 2 AUS teams with St. Mary's, the 8th seed, and Acadia as well, the 6th seed as well. And so you're going to take a look at this last point here.
And you know, this setter has done a great job at dumping, and like I said, they were really picking on their pot, but this is a situation where St. Mary's was staying true to their block. Let me front this setter. She's not getting away with another tip to our pot, and she did a really good job at just redirecting it back to where she knew there wasn't a defender, which was that 2 position.
Taylor Lougheed, the sophomore setter. On the serve, SMU with a 3-point lead. Desmet, Hoskins with the dig. Bell finds the open spot. And she points back to her teammates. Hoskins with a great pass.
I mean, Bell is just crushing it right now. She is loving that like sharp kind of pot shot, and it's super impressive that she can kind of snap like that.
Cloutier goes off the block from the back row. Bree D'Souza, originally from Oakville, Ontario. As this one comes from Desmet, and the Carabin punching back here in the second set.
Desmet is such a lethal player. Look at her approach here. She is at least a foot over that attack line, and you know that is just, she's just going to crush it.
Service error. SMU will take a 20-17 lead. And Olivia Bell will drop back to serve. Bell, described by her teammates as a bit of a mom to the group, someone they can look up to, go for advice, and how important is that, you know, for young players coming onto a team, having someone you can look up to and go to for support.
It's so important, especially when you're in university and if you are moving away from home. There's nothing more important than having that tight-knit team and feeling like family, because when you're a first year, like, you do get homesick. You do miss your family, you miss your friends, so it's nice to know that they have that team mom presence, but also they talked about that family aspect on the team, and it's great that they have that.
3 consecutive service errors here, so Huskies will get the ball back here, 21-18. Desmet right into that block, and it's a big one for the St. Mary's Huskies as Broom and Pietekova combine.
You know, Desmet has proven that she can hammer it, and that's where we see those errors, right? So we know you can hit, but if you see a big double block in front of you, you got to get creative. And Belle's done a really good job at that today, hitting around and kind of being crafty. And I would love to see Desmet do that a little bit more.
Olivier Trudel talking his group as we take a look at this latest point.
See, and look at her approach, right? She wanted that, but when you have such a sharp angle, you're going for that deep corner, just use the middle's hand a little bit more, or aim for that 5 position. Just keep the ball in play. And Montreal has really thrived about the fact that they can thrive on rallies. They have that physicality. So trust your team, trust that physicality, and let's keep the rally going. Montreal didn't really take all of that time out either. It seemed like they kind of talked about what they had to talk about, and they were like, all right, get back on the floor. Like, you guys know what you're doing.
A couple of times. They're not taking all their time.
I kind of like that. It's like,
too.
Let's chat a little bit, and then you guys get back on the floor. Do your thing.
They dig out there by McGlashan. Having to adjust for that ball by Pietekova. And a big swing, Casey Tierney.
Look at this set here, a great push, and she knew, I'm a middle and 5, I'm taking advantage of it, and I say it so much, but it is so true. I'm not saying middles are bad passers for any middles listening, but you guys know what I'm talking about. The liberos are the best passers. If you see a middle and 5, that's where you're aiming.
Gashin for Desmet. Trying to just tip it over that block, and violation will give St. Mary's the point here, 2 points away from this second set. Cloutier, great recovery from Bell. Cloutier will try again off that block. Pietekova was there. Another big blast, Makanovich. St. Mary's with another set point.
And that's the angle of the shot that I'm talking about. So Montreal right here does a great job of putting that double block up, but Makanovich, she's going for that sharp shot and it's working.
Glashin will go back for Cloutier. Bell gets it back in play, barely avoids that basketball net. Free ball, Carabin. McLaughlin had to adjust and made a diving dig. Big blast. And another great play by Hoskins. And Makanovich wins the second set for SMU, and they go up 2-0 over the Montreal Carabin in this first Consolation semifinal.
Makanovich has been picking on that corner all day long, and you could see Montreal got a little frustrated at the end there. You know, there was that free ball, a little bit of lack of communication like we talked about, and those are the balls. They're called free balls for a reason. Obviously, some teams will try to put them in tricky positions, but they're not fast, they're not hard-driven. You need to make sure that those are good passes, and we didn't see that from Montreal in that last point.
Stay with us. Third set action from the Burridge Gymnasium coming up on CBC Sports.
Mark Heese here, president of Canuck Stuff, and we've been standing behind our Overkill clothing and supporting athletes for over 30 years. And we're pumped to be part of this year's U Sports National Championships.
They don't do it for the likes or for the shares. They do it for the fun of it, for the thrill, for the camaraderie, for the memories. CBC Sports, just because they love it.
Parce que le sport, c'est aussi des parcours inspirants. Un regard unique sur l'humain derrière l'athlète.
Exploiter mon potentiel au maximum, c'est un truc de fou.
Découvrez les récits numériques et vidéos de Podium sur radiocanada.ca et sur l'appli Info. Parce que le sport, ça se regarde en direct. Soyez au cœur de l'action avec les web-diffusions en direct d'événements sportifs.
Immense. J'ai des frissons.
Feel every hit, goal, and celebration as if you're standing right on the sideline, immersing you in the game like never before, bringing heart-pounding action directly to millions of fans. We deliver unparalleled simplicity and tailor-made digital broadcasting solutions crafted to make you feel every moment in a way like never before. Our passionate team ensures your message reaches audiences reliably every time. Proudly Canadian, we bring a touch of innovation and our passion to the world stage. ISI Live.
Welcome back into Burridge Gymnasium. That'll wrap up the second set, and it'll go back to St. Mary's, but I do want to rewind briefly and talk about the conversation that the broadcast team had with head coach of Montreal, Olivier Trudeau, and some of his team, because they talked about their training system, and they've got individual workouts, but on top of that, they have optional ones, and if you go the extra mile, you'll get a super freak tag next to your name tag, and that's the thing, that's the bar that they're setting. All of the seniors have that SSF tag, meaning super freak. So we talk about aggressiveness and grit. They'll have to channel that from those extra reps to be successful tonight, guys.
Mackenzie Barwell bringing us all the updates throughout the day, and yeah, that was great. I think what Olivier Trudeau and the culture he's trying to set with this Carabins team is awesome, and also allows them to feel like they're going to kind of excel in these matches that go the distance, go into that fifth set. They know they can dig deep from all those, training sessions in the gym. They're built for these kind of moments.
Of course, and I think when you're not really in the mood to be working out, when you're tired from being in the gym all day and then you have to go to work out, having that super freak, those like kind of badges, I guess you could call them, it makes it almost more worth it. It gives them something to enjoy and kind of shows them that it does pay off and there's something to look forward to.
And I love that it gives them something to be so motivated to. You're like, oh, this senior player that I really look up to has SSF. I want to be just like them. I want to get that gold star. It reminds me kind of like back to grade school, getting a gold star on the chalkboard. But it seems to work, punching their ticket to this point, and crucial kind of mindset that was big in their win over Sherbrooke in the RSEQ finals. So 1-1 here in this third set. St. Mary's looking to win in straight to advance in this fifth place game. As Makanovich was unable to adjust to that ball there, so 2-1. Montreal in front. Myriam Kayser-Turnier, who's had an impressive tournament thus far, with a good serve. And Olivia Bell will just have to get that one back in play. Desmet tried to go cross court and maybe looking for some hands there, or misfiring on that shot.
A great attack from Desmet. Being down 2 sets, sometimes it's hard to be swinging 100%. You can see on this one, she still is. She's still taking those chances. Now she just needs to find the court.
2 apiece. Service error. Olympe Desmet in that through 2 sets. So far 7 kills, now 3 errors on 23 total attacks. As setter dumps that one over. And good point for SMU, as being impressive to watch Taylor Lougheed throughout this tournament. A real good setter for St. Mary's, and they got 2 on their roster with Olivia Kokanen, but also Morgan Hoskins, or Taylor Lougheed, I should say. Set up the middle again, and Olympe Desmet was there to reject the big swing.
I love that she's patient. You can see she's got a great volleyball IQ, the way she waits, she's set where she needs to be, and then she's making her jump.
Opportunity for the Carabin here, and able to finish off Galarno Haley. So 5-3, Carabin in front. Desmet, great rejection there.
And again, this is what we're talking about. So another great set, but she has so much power, but from a pipe swing, you can't swing right down that pipeline. Pick your corners, right? You know that St. Mary's middle is standing there. She's been standing there all game, so get creative.
See ball there, and able to reject that ball was Olivia Bell. Five all in the third. So that one floats out.
And that's a nice reset for Montreal, you know, making 2 swinging errors. I don't know if I'd call them swinging errors, but coming off of 2 big blocks from St. Mary's. That's kind of the relief that they needed, a missed serve. Now we can go back to our game. Let's take control of this a little bit. That's not how you want to do it, though.
And often when the service errors have come, they've come kind of back to back. After one team commits that error, the other team will follow suit.
Well, it's so hard not to get in your head, right? So you're coming off of a missed serve, and the only thing you're thinking is, don't miss the serve, don't miss the serve, don't miss the serve, and then you do it.
Don't squander the opportunity, right? 6 all. And Galarno Haley again.
A great attack, and St. Mary's playing a little bit of dodgeball on that one.
Bell the pass, they run the middle there. Han able to get the point back in Montreal with a good swing there. Another one from Olympe Desmet.
And there it is again. You see another St. Mary's defender dodging it. So a great attack. And I mean, I'd be dodging it too, the power behind that. But those are the close ones. Those are the ones you have to go for. Don't just trust that it's going to be out.
Nakanovic, she's been good today. Olivia Bell serving here. 13 down, 8-7. And it's a great serve for Bell.
Bell's done a good job today with her serve at just picking on those seams. She saw Desmet, great passer, but she can see that she's getting a little irritated, a little frustrated, so let me pick on her a little bit.
Great dig there from McGlashan. Hoskins with the pass. Coaches have to get out of the way, and Bell will send back the free ball. Carabin will capitalize there. Once again, Kaiser-Turnier.
Han has been struggling a little bit today at staying in front of her hitter. Look at her right here. Just one more step over, one more step. Sometimes it's easier to kind of watch their body, but you also need to pay attention to where the ball is and where that set's ending up.
Big blast again from Ikonovic. And Montreal cannot get that one back in play. Ikonovic, 13 points thus far. Go right back to the middle here for the Carabin and Kaiser-Turnier. Montreal starting to feel a little bit better in this third set.
A great run and a great kill from Turnier.
Bell will set up Broom. He's going through that far corner, but missed her shot. There's Broom. And a great response after missing her shot last time. Able to get the kill on this one and makes it a 1-point set here.
Great shot. Love a deep corner shot.
Olympe Desmet off that block. Diving play made by Ikonovic, and a good swing from Lahid. Opportunity, Carabin, and the block was there. They thought they won the point. Lahid and Pietikova had that block, but the Carabin somehow get it back in play, and Olympe Desmet continues her great day today.
A phenomenal block from St. Mary's on that first attempt, and then Desmet outsmarted them. Let me give you a little something off speed.
And they've been serving a lot to Olivia Bell today, and it's a service ace for the Carabin. Lahid will go back from Ikonovic. Right over. Joust ends up on the side of St. Mary's. We run the middle and a big block for the Carabin.
A great block from the Carabin on that one. They've done a really good job at staying in that middle position and keeping St. Mary's middles, you know, having to kind of think and be a bit more creative.
Miliceja Djordjevic giving Montreal a 4-point lead here. The number 5 seed Carabin, the Quebec champions, and came in with, I think, pretty high expectations, at least, you know, wanting to win that first game yesterday. It's been a bit of a hump that the Carabin have struggled to climb over the past few seasons, and not the result that they wanted yesterday, and probably not the result that they wanted in those first 2 sets, but we're getting a good response here in this second set as we take another look at that point won by Djordjevic.
And this one totally could have gone either way, but like I said, Montreal's middles have done a really good job at just staying in front of their defenders and kind of being disciplined, and that's what the coach talked about. That's that physicality, right? It's easy in these games to be mentally exhausted, to go back to old habits, but they're really showing that they're physical, they know what they're doing, they're veterans.
Olivia Bell will send over that ball for the opportunity for Montreal, and Olympe Desmet adds point number 12.
I mean, a great out-of-system set. Desmet, she just makes it look so easy.
A serve from Cloutier. Bell from the back. McGlashan will set up Desmet again. And back-to-back points. Montreal is starting to go on a bit of a run here in this third set.
And it's nice to see because it has been such a close game. It's nice to see that battle back.
Mikonovic, great block, Georgievic. Head coach Olivia Trudel mentioned blocking can be a strength of this team, and we're seeing it in the second set.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, there was that risk-reward conversation. Right now, there's that reward. It's working for them. And you can see they're getting more fired up with their celebrations. There's more jumping. There's more smiles. And that's what this tournament, that's what this sport is all about. That's what any sport's all about. Obviously, there's that level of compete. Everyone wants to win, of course, but have fun with it.
St. Mary's took the opening set 27-25, took the second 25-19, and here in the third, it was close. And then Montreal starting to pull away a little bit, so another timeout in short order called by Darren Russell as he tries to reset the focus of his group, and we see Olivia Bell real vocal in this huddle.
Yeah, you can see Bell was kind of running that conversation and maybe asking her team, like, what are we going to do? How are we going to respond? How are we going to come out of this one? Because I'm sure from her perspective, as a veteran, as someone that's graduating, you don't want to end nationals with losing all your games. Let's at least win. Let's do something, right? And even if we're not going to win, let's do everything that we can in this situation. Let's strive in this moment.
Yeah, we mentioned it yesterday. She said this is a group that is so tight-knit, feels like a family. They want nothing more than to have these positive moments and to win on this grand stage so that when they look back in a couple of weeks, they can say they left it all on the line. And someone who's played pretty strong today, Taylor Lougheed, with another setter dump. And that's what you want out of the timeout for St. Mary's.
That is the way to come out of a timeout. You couldn't have said that any better. Look at her. Whoop. Gotcha.
Well, a side out here for St. Mary's. Lougheed will set up Bell. Back-to-back points for Darren Russell's group. The Montreal Carabin fans on hand here, trying to get their group back into this. And Olympe Desmet finds the great shot there, and Carabin stopped the two-point run.
Yeah, and another great attack from Desmet, but you got to give the St. Mary's blockers a little bit of a chip there. Like, the fact that they are doing everything they can. They didn't get the block, but let's try to get the ball back up, and they're scrambling, and it's great to see.
Paige Deering will sub in to serve here. Third-year middle, hailing from Calgary. And a good serve, goes right up to net. Comes back on the Carabin side, and Galarno Hirely with their 8th point of the day.
A great attack here. I mean, it was textbook. We keep saying textbook volleyball, but look at that swing right into 6. She saw the defender shift a little bit, took advantage of it.
Olivia Bell arranging to find that ball. Delicate little touch there. And diving play was made by Broom. And Galarno Haley with back-to-back kills for Montreal.
Great attack, and in that position, watch Broom on defense. She's backing up, but she's finding her line, but not quite set, not quite ready to dig that.
20-13. With a 20-14 now. Carabin with a significant lead here in the third, but certainly not out of reach for SMU. But important points here if they want to close this one out in 3. Galarno Haley Getting a fist on that one was Han again. And a great job there, adjusting to that ball, and Kaiser Tournier able to fire it home.
And Han totally got tricked on that one. Watch it right here. Han fronting the setter, and look at her. She jumps with her, and then the middle finishes it off with that tip to the pot that we've seen from Montreal so much, that has been so successful from them.
13 points for Kaiser Tournier. Bell, high set. Moves off those hands, and Montreal responds here. Kaiser Tournier again.
Montreal is really picking on that 6th defender. They are running her around with their attacks.
The Carabin 3 points away from forcing us to 4 sets here in semifinal number 1 in the consolation round. And a lift there for Desmet.
Desmet smiling about that one a little bit, saying, my bad. I think she knew right when she made contact that wasn't the one. Stick to hitting.
Olivia Bell slowing things down. Deep float. And ace for Bell. Desmet, great dig there from Bell. Good block from the Carabin, tipped over, Makanovic, deft with that touch.
Check out that tip again, perfectly placed, and honestly, give it to Montreal, they almost did pick that up, they got a hand on it.
Back-to-back points for SMU on the Bell serve. Keeping it alive, Bell with another great dig after her teammate Broom got a hand on it. And SMU with 3 straight points here as they want to close things out in 3.
SMU has done a great job in these last couple points of just clawing back, going back to what's comfortable for them, their game plan. Great block by Han.
Overpass, and Megan Broom rises up for that one for her 7th point, 22-19, 4 straight points off that Bell serve, and Olivier Trudel will call a timeout.
You know, and these are the timeouts that are difficult, right? Because Montreal did have such a big lead. Obviously, they are still in the lead, but they do need to try and kill St. Mary's momentum. And this is the first position that Montreal has been in where they have had that lead and they do have this momentum. And take a look here. Just that overpass, right? So just pull back a little bit. Even if it's not a perfect 3 pass, you just got to keep it on your side. But all in all, Montreal has done a really good job offensively, defensively. St. Mary's, again, offensively, defensively. It has been a great game back and forth, but those are the points that you just have to try and control a little bit. When it is getting close, what can I do to control it, and how can I slow it down?
We talked a little yesterday about strategic timeouts, and we saw Darren Russell call 2 timeouts in short time frame when the game was, we don't have the live stats with us, but I think it was something about 11-11, and then Montreal ran off 8 straight points. 2 timeouts in that span, but since that point, 4 straight points, maybe 4 of the last 6 points have gone SMU's way. So 2 very good timeouts for Russell. We'll see how the Carabin can respond from Olivier Trudel's timeout here, as they're just 2 points away now off another big swing.
And that is a good timeout. Look at that. Great pass, great set, finish it.
Ollie Trudel in his 33rd year, Russell in his 13th. Here's Bell. Montreal able to get good attack going here, and Desmet does it again. Set point for Montreal.
Desmet has figured out how to trick that block. Great set, and look at her. Now she's relying on being crafty. Like I said, she's proven that she can kill it. Now she needs to play with the block a little bit. Then she'll go back to having that hammer.
Galarno-Haley, who has been good for Montreal today. Broom! Oh my!
What a hit.
What a way to fight off one set point. Look at this.
Wow. What a kill.
Give credit to these liberos. Not an easy job. And they've been stellar in this one. Konovic keeps it up. We'll set up Broom again. 2 set points fought off by SMU.
Broom is feeling hot right now. I mean, look at her celebrate too. It's so exciting to watch, but a great set. Broom just finishing it. She is loving that line shot right now.
Addison Hahn. Limp Desmet will set things up. 3 ball here for SMU. Off that block, good adjustment. Desmet again. Bell with the pass, Mikonovic off that Montreal block. And rising up for the kill, Kaiser Tournier. And set number 3 to the Montreal Carabin. We're going to the 4th set here from the Burridge Gym.
And, you know, that's a great point for Montreal. They took their first set in the tournament, and, you know, St. Mary's is in the situation that Alberta was in yesterday, right? So I'm curious to see how they're going to respond, because these are the battles that Montreal talked about. This is the situations that they like.
Great resilience shown here by the Carabin. His coach, or their coach, mentioned in the pre-tournament meeting with us, they play their best when they're backed up against a wall. We'll see what they can do here. Set number 4 coming up from the Burridge Gym on CBC Sports.
The stories behind the glory. Watch, listen, stream, read CBC Sports.
Hey U Sports fans, check out shop.usports.ca for this week's promotional item from the Nike Team Collection. Visitez le shop.usport.ca pour en profiter de la promotion de la semaine de la collection Nike Team.
We're back from the Burridge Gym on the campus of McMaster University. You're watching live coverage of the 2024 U Sports Women's Volleyball National Championships. And we want to remind you that you can tune in to the Hockey Championships from Old Maple Leaf Gardens, March 14th to 17th. And the final is coming up. But if we're being honest, volleyball, the best sport you can watch.
Oh.
We're not telling you to go tune into this. We're saying you really wanted to, you know, between games, between matches, go watch hockey maybe, but volleyball is where it's at.
Exactly. Volleyball is where it's at, but such an exciting weekend for all the U Sports athletes.
100%.
Right? Nothing more exciting than nationals. So a little moment to kind of recognize all the athletes in the tournament this weekend. And if you do have the time, if you are trying to follow other sports, you know where to go.
Yeah, CBC is the home of university sports in Canada, so catch that gold medal game of the U Cup tomorrow, 5 p.m., 2 p.m. Pacific on CBC Gem, cbcsports.ca, and the CBC Sports app. And then the final in women's volleyball going at 6 p.m. tomorrow. 2 great semifinals tonight. I'm really looking forward to it. You know, you got the Canada West matchup. First up, Manitoba taking on Alberta. That should be good. They split in the regular season. And then the second one up, Acadia and UBC. Acadia having a historic performance this season. We'll talk a little bit after this point here. As a real good rally to start off set number 3. Great dig out from McGlashan. Neutralized was Cloutier. Here's the attack from the middle from Pietekova. Now Makanovic. No touch there. First point for the Carabins after a real good rally.
And if that's any indication for what this set is going to look like, we are in for a good one.
Yeah, the pace has only went up and up as this match has progressed, but as we mentioned, 2 great semifinals. Tune in. Steve Clark, Lauren Bredner on the call alongside the great Mackenzie Barwell, 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. tonight. Consolation final, semifinal number 1 here. After Montreal took the first 2, or after SMU took the first 2 sets, Montreal regrouped, reset in that third, and pushed us to this fourth. What do you like from them in that third?
That they're playing their game, that they're battling back, they're being creative, they're being crafty, and we talked about them not relying so much on those big, hard-driven balls, but finding other ways to score, and that's what we've seen them do. But then we've also seen them do what Desmet just did and absolutely hammer it. So it's great that we're seeing the best of both, and they're doing a better job at putting pressure on St. Mary's and making St. Mary's think a little bit, run a little bit, do more things offensively.
Florence Cloutier from Montreal, one of the players we had a chance to speak to in those preseason chats. They're so awesome hearing all the different storylines and how these teams got to where they are. Bit of a overpass there. Chance here for SMU. Great rally here. Another great diving play made by Broom. Makanovic off that Montreal block. Broom from the back. Mr. Spot, tough shot. Back-to-back attacking errors from that back row attack, and 3-1 Montreal in front. They look to push us to a 5th. A deep serve, no good for Florence Cloutier. So side out, and Makanovic will have her chance to serve. Around the middle there for Georgievic. Now Bell for SMU. McGlashan will go for Florence Cloutier, who responds well after that service error.
A great attack and a great response. And, you know, when you do miss a serve, it is easy to get in your head. Florence not showing it. Great swing.
Florence Cloutier, computer science student, software engineer intern with Microsoft last summer. As Montreal really starting to play well in this 4th set. Chloe Galarno-Haley makes it a 5-2 advantage for Montreal.
And that's what's great for Montreal right now. They're not just relying on that one hitter, and they did do that a little bit yesterday. It was the Desmet show, which there's nothing wrong with. I mean, she's a great player, but let's mix it up, and Montreal is doing that.
How about that block? Taylor Lougheed rising up after the tough serve forced that overpass. Does that amp up the group when the setter gets that big kill?
Oh, for sure. I mean, it fires everyone up when anyone does it, but when the setter gets it, it just means a little bit more. Like, they're the ones kind of running around doing everything for you, so when they get those points, you're like, oh yeah, let's go.
Some really good offensive setters in this tournament. So much fun watching 2 setters go head-to-head all night long, all match long, as 6-4. The Carabins inch in front here. That one will find the net. Big swing again from Galarno Haley.
She knew she was going to kill that. You saw that wind up. You saw that approach. Everything about that was just, I'm putting this one away.
Mikonovic, and now Bell had to go cross court. Bell, good pass there for Bell, and then Broom with the set, and then finished off by the Carabin. And 16 points for Kaiser Tournier, and a 9-5 advantage will prompt a timeout from Darren Russell.
You know, Montreal's attitude, just looking over at their huddle, it has changed so much from the early 2 sets now to here, and you can see that they're getting that confidence back. They're getting back into their groove, and this was the game that they had talked about. They like being that physical team. They like battling when their backs are against the wall. That's kind of when they respond best, and you can kind of see everyone's standing. Everyone is engaged. Everyone is figuring out what they need to do, and on the St. Mary's side, it's more cool, it's more calm, it's more collected. They obviously are still up that 1 set, but Montreal is putting up a fight, and they're showing they want to be here just as bad.
And that belief and that, sense of confidence, even when you go down 2 sets, that's a mindset that teams have to work on all season long. It just doesn't come naturally,
Exactly.
As much as you work on your tactics and your techniques, you also got to prepare your mindset. And what Montreal is showing right here is that they've worked all year long to, put themselves in the right headspace so they can come back in games.
And that's where being a veteran is so beneficial. They've been in these tight situations. It's a little more mentally easier for them because they have been there.
Great defense. Olympe Desmet with a great dig for Montreal. And she'll attack here right into the block. Wow.
And that's what we talked about. She is a great swinger, but you're getting that pipe set. Don't go right back down the pipe. You're going to get blocked. Pick on those corners.
Madison Hahn with a big block. Side out for SMU. Mikonovic goes hands here, and back-to-back points for SMU. When SMU made that run in the 3rd set, it was off of Bell's serve. We'll get a free ball here. Big swing, and 3 straight points for SMU as Megan Broom continues her strong day.
Yeah, St. Mary's just blowing up the block in these last couple points. And Montreal did just take a second there on the court, it looked like, to regroup, to check in on each other and to say, all right, we're still in this game. Let's get going.
Bell, deep serve. Glashin the pass. Desmet. Yeah, they'll just have to send that ball over, and what a shot there. Once again, Galarno Haley just sending that free ball over and picked her spot.
Nothing beats a bum kill, and you could see she kind of faked them out there. She looked like she was taking a little bit of her approach, and then last minute she just put it right over.
10-8 now. As SMU will get another side out here. Try and climb back into this 4th.
Back-to-back missed serves, and that's what we kind of talked about before, that getting in your head and thinking, I need to make this. But it's so hard when there is that, someone's already missed before me, I have to get this.
That one handcuffs Mikonovic a little bit. Great swing though, but how about that? Great job from Montreal and Brittany McGlashan. Take another look at this play.
I mean, great placed. And a bit of a collision on the St. Mary's side.
Desmet will set up here and had to readjust before she hit it. Out of bounds, and 12-10 now, Montreal in front.
And those are the points that you love, that Montreal is being aggressive still. They're still swinging, but with a set like that that's so inside, don't force it. Keep the rally going.
Oh, and Montreal nearly got there, but a great serve. Nearly, Cloutier made the great pass to keep it in. SMU starting to punch back in this fourth set. Megan Broom with the error. 10 service errors for St. Mary's, 9 for Montreal.
I mean, everything about this game is so close. Like, it has just been such a back and forth game.
Mikonovic off that block. And now Desmet.
Great dig.
Mikonovic was there for the block there. Bump set, Desmet!
Great wipe, great use of the ball. You got that inside set. Look at her here. Takes her approach like she's gonna hit cross, and last minute just flicks her hand to turn to that corner.
Another point for the Carabin, and a timeout called for Darren Russell.
Now, this has been such a super close game, but look at this point right here. The middles on Montreal, I keep talking about this, are doing such a good job with being disciplined and staying where they need to stay. They've taken away so many points from St. Mary's just in that middle position.
Montreal trying to take us the distance in this first match here on day number 2, I should say, of the 2024 U Sports Volleyball Championships, presented by Mikasa on CBC Sports, streaming all weekend long. Brock and McMaster up next. OUA matchup, repeat of the Quigley Cup just last week, where Brock took down the Marauders.
And you can see fans kind of starting to come in, waiting for that next game at 2 o'clock. But with this one, I keep saying how close it is because it's mind-blowing. But Bell with a bit of a shank there. Montreal still on a bit of that run. And, you know, at this point in the game, we've said St. Mary's is up 1 set, but you don't want to turn over now. You don't want to be in that 2-2 situation. So St. Mary's is going to have to respond.
Getting that one back in play. Free ball, Carabin. Desmet.
And that's the 3rd point in a row. Like, Montreal is just on a streak right now. They're finding their groove, and with that finish,
Florence Cloutier on the serve. Oh, and a big swing from Broom.
Yeah, Broom has done a great job with her back row approach too. She's just been such a great offensive player this game, really, really keeping St. Mary's in it.
Glashin went back to Georgievic there and goes out of bounds, so SMU rallying a little bit in this fourth set. First team All-Star Amelia Makhanovic out of Minsk, Belarus. Overpass there, joust, won by the Carabin. And they're gonna inch closer within 3 points now, 17-14. Float serve, Desmet off that block. And Desmet with another kill in this fourth set. Point number 18 for her.
She is the type of player that once she gets hot and once she gets going, it is so hard to stop her and slow her down.
What does she have here on the serve? Pretty heavy serve, Bell. And that one coming back from Desmet. Bell, Desmet the dake. We'll go cross to Galarno-Haley. Bump set for Galarno-Haley again, and a big block there. As the SMU Huskies and Elena Pietakova coming up big with their block in a big moment again. So Paige Deering now. Third-year science student. And a nifty set there for Georgievic, who can't pick her spot. Serve goes long.
A little confusion on the Montreal side. They made a couple subs and now they're trying to figure out what's going on. A little bit of chaos, but it did slow the game down a little bit, so hopefully it didn't ice their server.
Adjusting and firing it home. Madison Han, great job getting that ball back for Taylor Lougheed on that overpass. SMU within 2. Galarno-Haley into that block, and Olivia Bell rises up. SMU within 1.
Very smart play from Bell here. So when she went up, met her and pushed to where she knew there wasn't a defender.
And Olivier Trudel is going to call a timeout here as SMU aiming to close this one out in 4 sets.
Yeah, you know, I feel like Montreal has been quite a bit in the lead in this game, you know, but St. Mary's has done such a good job at just staying in it, not allowing a lot of those runs to happen. But then on the Montreal side, Montreal's doing the same thing. It's a really, really evenly matched game, I would say. And this game could totally go either way just because no team is ready to back down, and you can tell they both really want it.
Great shot inside that huddle. The Carabin.
And it's nice to hear, you can hear the fans cheering with them. So at that end of that conversation there, the team started clapping and the fans started cheering with them. You know, the fans want this win for them just as bad as they do.
Setter Taylor Lougheed. Get things back underway. Glashen bump set for Olympe Desmet.
It looked like it kind of hit the wrong part of her hand a little bit, but you know, she's still smiling about it, but this is probably not the position that they wanted to get themselves into. There's nothing more intimidating than knowing you're down a set and being tied 19-19.
Kluche, and a huge block again. SMU's block is coming up huge in this fourth.
And this is when you need to see Montreal's response, and that's what they're doing right now. They push Desmet out of the serve receive, and they're gonna give St. Mary's a different look right now. Let's try to throw her off without the coach needing to call a timeout or the coach needing to change anything.
Now Glashin will go back for Desmet. Hahn, Broom, great diving play made by Hahn. As Desmet will set up Galarno-Haley, and a great job by the Carabin.
A great finish by the Carabin. You heard the fans a little bit when Desmet made that set, like, oh, we don't know about that one, but she swung through and she finished that one.
(20-20) in the fourth. Floated over. Bit of a tight set there. Adjusting well was Kaiser Tournier, and a
great
diving
cover.
play made there by Brie D'Souza.
That's a great cover by St. Mary's. You can see them getting hyped up. They're jumping around over there, but, you know, when you do run crafty sets in the middle, that's a risk that's going to happen. The setter ran a push, the middle wasn't quite ready for it, and the left side was there to cover and make sure it got over the net.
Olivia Bell to serve. Glashin the pass. Desmet from the back. Nearly, but it's long. And another timeout will be called here. SMU just 3 points away of booking their ticket to the 5th place game.
And it's exciting for them. They have a chance of bettering what they've done before in nationals, so it's a big game for them right now. And again, like I said, that huddle, cool, calm, and collected. They're just having a conversation. They're just listening to coach. And over on the Montreal side, sorry, it's the same kind of thing. These girls are trying to fire each other up. They're trying to let each other know they're still in it. And you know, all the high fives going around, they're supporting one another, and it's good to see. It's easy to get in your head and shut down, but Montreal's not allowing their teammates to do that right now.
It's almost as if the RSCQ has a shorter timeout clock. They're so quick to get back onto the court, get prepared and get ready, and it's refreshing to see.
But it just goes to show you how much St. Mary's is like, cool, we're calm, like we're gonna take all the time that we need on this timeout. 2 seconds left on the clock. All right, girls, now you can go on the court, right? So it's kind of like a tale of two sides.
That serve nearly fell in, but out of bounds, so out of the timeout, side out Montreal.
You know, obviously in these situations, you don't want to miss a serve, but that is a good miss. That one barely kissed the line.
Oh, and following up that with a service ace, Chloe Galarno-Haley, and 2 straight points out of the timeout.
Sometimes that's all a timeout. That's all you need. Just give them that reset. The girls are fired up again. Right back in this game.
Chloe Galarno-Haley with 4 aces in that semifinal. Has multiple today. Ranging back. Big hit from Ikonovic. They run the middle again. A great diving dig, Hoskins. Ikonovic again. This time Desmet, and it's blocked! An incredible block there from Madison Hahn.
The athleticism that we just saw on that St. Mary's side was so impressive. I mean, a fabulous rally for both, but St. Mary's, there were about 3 players on that team running around, chasing the ball and getting it to exactly where it needed to be, and that was a very well-deserved point.
St. Mary's 2 points away now Last time they were on this stage, 2012, 6th place finish. They want to better that this time, but an error will knock things back up at 23-23, and this is a conference, the AUS, that was really ruled by Dalhousie for 10 plus years, and St. Mary's qualifying, as is Acadia. Montreal looking to push this thing to a 5th set and prove that RSEQ proud with their performance. Cloutier's attack sent back by St. Mary's. Desmet off that block, ranging back to get it back in play. Tip shot blocked there from Broom. Hoskins, Rukanovic, opportunity for Desmet, looking for that open spot. Read well, and Rukanovic fires it home. And St. Mary's have a match point.
What a rally for both teams. And I keep saying the same thing, but the athleticism, and it was St. Mary's to be the team that finally took that big swing, and it was well-deserved, another well-deserved point.
Megan Broom out of Hubley, Nova Scotia. With an SMU set point. Desmet misfires, and SMU has punched their ticket to the Consolation Final. In 4 sets, they get it done, and they take down the Montreal Carabins, whose tournament ends.
You know, a great win for St. Mary's, but your heart does have to go out to Desmet a little bit. She has had such a fabulous game, and you know what? You got to reward her for taking that chance, for going out there on that game point and just swinging her absolute hardest. It is a little heartbreaking, but Montreal does have to be super proud of themselves for how hard they worked today and battling for that comeback.
Yes, 18 points for Olympe Desmet. Impressive what we've seen from her all season long. The RSEQ Player of the Year, 2024 U Sports first teamer this season, and a really good bounce back performance from her opening quarterfinal match into this one. Same can be said about that entire Montreal Carabins team. And the St. Mary's Huskies both bounced back really well. A competitive match of volleyball here to start things off on day number 2.
Absolutely, and what's so nice to see is that St. Mary's, obviously it's devastating for them, but still standing there with their arms around each other. It's nice to know that that team and that family aspect is still important for them, and it's still there.
Players of the game about to be announced here at the Burridge Gym as the SMU Huskies get it done in 4 sets, 27-25, 25-19, 21-25, and then 25-23 in that 4th set. As the player of the game for the Montreal Carabins, Myriam Kaiser-Tournier, who had a real impressive performance, 13 kills, just 1 error on 24 total attacks. We talked about her efficient hitting all season long, and she was exactly that today.
And we talked about minimizing errors, and that's exactly what she did. To just go for 1 error in a 4-set game, very impressive.
And for SMU, Amelia Mikanovic, who came here from Minsk, Belarus, along with her teammate Elena Piatakova. Didn't know what to expect, but what she found was a family, and they've punched their ticket to the 5th place game and a chance to make some history for St. Mary's University and better the result from 2012, which was a 6th place finish. The teams will shake hands at net. Top 8 teams from across the country, all descending at the Burridge Gym. And there has to be winners and there has to be losers, and it sucks that there has to be a loser.
Of course, but what was so nice about that game and what was so nice to see was battle. And we saw that from both sides at various points of the game, but not one team gave up, and it was a super exciting game to watch. So like we said earlier, anybody could have won that game, and St. Mary's was the team that ended up coming out on top.
Got a jam-packed day number 2 ahead. Up next is McMaster and Brock, a rivalry that goes back decades upon decades. Rich histories between these two, just 45 minutes down the road. You know it's going to be a great atmosphere here, a rematch of the Quigley Cup, where Brock had the upper hand, or got the upper hand, I should say, over McMaster. and we'll see how both these teams respond. You know, they want higher aspirations when this tournament began, and see how they get up for this game. And then it is two very, very exciting and compelling semifinal matches. Canada West showdown beginning with Manitoba and Alberta, and then that's followed up by UBC taking on the really Cinderella story, Acadia Axwomen, who captured their first AUS title this past year and are hoping to make some more history in this tournament. So make sure you stay tuned all day long. We'll have the Consolation Final coming up next on CBC Sports. You're watching live coverage of the U Sports Volleyball Championships brought to you by McMaster. Let's throw it over to Mackenzie Barwell.
Here we go. Everyone, I'm alongside Huskies player of the game, Amelia. That was a highly contested matchup, to say the least. At times it looked like it could go either way, but what do you think made your team come out on top, not only from a team perspective, but also your individual performance?
I think we were pretty confident that we're gonna win, you know, like even we had like some downs, we kept going. You know, we didn't focus on like how is it going, we just kept focusing on just one ball, so 1 point each time, and so that's how like we came back, you know, even after like third set when we lost, we were like, no, it's okay, like let's refocus, restart, and like fourth set is ours, and that's it, you know.
Absolutely, like a task-oriented mindset. I see what you're saying. Tomorrow you have an opportunity to make program history, so what goes into continuing the momentum from today to be successful in the Consolation Final?
Sorry, I didn't understand.
That is so okay. That was a little bit of a wordy question, but how are you going to be successful tomorrow, and what are you going to take from this game that went well?
I feel firstly we have to take a rest from today and just like, I don't know, like after we focus, like watch game tapes and like see who is our like opponent, and then yeah.
Rest, recover, video, all the things. Congratulations again, Amelia. Thank you so much for your time. Good luck. Guys, back to you.
Amelia Markonovich leading the way for the St. Mary's Huskies as she and SMU punch their ticket to the Consolation Final. Teresa, your final thoughts from this one, a 4-set win for St. Mary's over Montreal.
Super exciting game, and again, if that's any indication for what type of volleyball we're going to get today, we are in for another great day of volleyball as we wait for the Brock Badgers and McMaster Marauders to take off in about 30 minutes.
So SMU moving on to the Consolation Final. Who will their opponent be? Will it be Mac or will it be Brock? Stay tuned from the Burridge Gym. This is the 2024 U Sports Volleyball Championships.
U Sports on CBC, presented by les championnats U Sport à Radio-Canada. Une présentation du gouvernement du Canada, the Government of Canada. Nike, just do it. Faites-le. Fox 40, celebrating more than a decade of the Fox 40 U Sports Coach of the Year program. Fier partenaire des prix de l'entraîneur de l'année U Sport. Veriburn, medical supply partner of varsity athletics since 1979. Partenaire du sport universitaire depuis 1979. Barron, exclusive supplier of U Sports Championship rings. Le fournisseur exclusif des bagues des championnats U Sport. Et par McMaster, l'étoile montante du volleyball, le V200W, ballon officiel de U Sport. And by McMaster, maker of volleyball's hottest star, the V200W, official volleyball of U Sports.